why smart people stay broke. Have you ever met someone with multiple degrees, a great job, and an impressive IQ, yet they're constantly stressed about money? It seems strange, doesn't it? We often assume that intelligence naturally leads to wealth. But in reality, many highly intelligent people struggle financially for years, while others with average academic backgrounds quietly build impressive fortunes. Why does this happen? The answer lies in understanding one simple truth. Being smart and being wealthy are two completely different skills. Smart people know how to solve problems. Wealthy people know how to manage behavior, and behavior almost always beats intelligence. Imagine two friends. One earns a high salary but spends every raise on a bigger house, a newer car, and expensive vacations. The other earns less but consistently saves, invests, and avoids lifestyle inflation. 10 years later, who is more likely to achieve financial freedom? Probably the second person, because wealth isn't just about how much you make, it's about how much you keep. This is one of the biggest lessons from the psychology of money. Money is emotional. Every day, we make financial decisions influenced by fear, pride, envy, impatience, and social pressure. Even brilliant people aren't immune. In fact, intelligence can sometimes become a disadvantage. Smart people often believe they can outsmart the market. They chase the next hot stock. They trade too often. They think they can predict the future, but the market doesn't reward intelligence alone. It rewards, the history has shown that simple, disciplined investing often beats complicated strategies. Another reason smart people stay broke is overconfidence. When we're good at one thing, we naturally assume we'll be good at everything. A successful engineer may think they're automatically a great investor. A talented doctor may believe they can perfectly time the stock market. Unfortunately, money doesn't care about your resume. Financial success depends on habits, not titles. Small daily decisions matter more than occasional brilliant ideas. Saving consistently, avoiding unnecessary debt, investing regularly, living below your means. These habits look boring, but boring is often profitable. There's another invisible trap, the desire to look successful. Many people spend money to impress people who aren't paying attention. Luxury cars, designer clothes, expensive gadgets, large homes. Sometimes these purchases aren't made because they're needed. They're made because they signal status. The problem is that visible wealth often hides invisible debt. Real wealth is usually much quieter. It's the investment portfolio nobody sees, the emergency fund nobody talks about, the freedom to walk away from a stressful job, the ability to sleep peacefully at night. That's what real wealth looks like. Smart people also tend to underestimate the power of time. They search for perfect investments instead of simply starting. They spend years analyzing every opportunity. Meanwhile, someone else begins investing small amounts every month. Time quietly works in their favor through compound growth. Perfection is expensive. Consistency is powerful. One of the greatest financial advantages isn't having a high IQ, it's having enough patience to stay invested when others panic. When markets fall, emotions become loud. Fear tells people to sell. Greed tells people to buy at the top. Successful investors learn to ignore both. They follow a plan instead of following emotions. This is why emotional intelligence is often more valuable than intellectual intelligence. The ability to control yourself can create more wealth than the ability to calculate complex equations. So what separates financially successful people from everyone else? It's rarely talent. It's rarely luck. More often is discipline. They save before spending. They invest before upgrading their lifestyle. They think decades ahead instead of chasing instant rewards. Most importantly, they understand that wealth is a long game. If you're smart but struggling financially, don't assume you need more knowledge. You may simply need better habits. The good news is that habits can change. Start saving consistently. Invest regularly. Avoid comparing yourself to others. Let compound growth do its work. Remember, your income can make you look rich, but your habits make you wealthy. And in the end, financial freedom doesn't belong to the smartest person in the room. It belongs to the person who stays patient, disciplined, and consistent long enough to let time work its magic.